In this episode of Dig for Treasures, note Jehovah's patience and appeal to the sinful people of Joel's day.
The book of Joel contains only 73 verses, but the book reveals so much about Jehovah, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So let's dig in. Where would you like to start?
Well, we don't know much about Joel as a person since he recorded very little about himself. So this is a great opportunity to dig into the historical context.
Great idea. Where did you find it?
Well, I found the history recorded in 2 Kings very interesting. In chapter 15, verse 4, it says that under King Azariah, the high places were not removed, and the people were still sacrificing and making sacrificial smoke on the high places. So, Judah had a good king, but the nation was still steeped in false worship. It seems that Joel prophesied during that time. I wonder what that was like.
I thought about the high places too. The Insight book, under the heading High Places, says that they could be found not only on hills and mountains, but also in the valleys, in stream beds, in cities, and under the trees, and that frequently those high places were scenes of disgusting sexual practices, including ceremonial prostitution and child sacrifice.
No wonder Jehovah hated false worship. It must have pained him so much to watch his own people deliberately engage in it decade after decade.
I wonder how Joel felt seeing this taking place all around him. How many people did he personally know who were affected by this false worship? Maybe he wondered where the nation was headed and how long Jehovah was going to put up with it.
Well, he didn't have to wonder indefinitely. Jehovah takes action, and he gives Joel this vivid prophecy about the awe-inspiring day of Jehovah. Imagine what that must have been like. The locust swarms that invade and strip the beautiful land of Judah bare, the clouds and thick gloom, the sun and moon turning dark, and then complete restoration.
Wow, that must have been so moving for Joel.
Jehovah gave Joel an outstanding glimpse of the discipline and the restoration that was in store for Israel. This must have been so reassuring to Joel, and it must have greatly affected the way he delivered that message. Think about this. It's possible that Joel was the very first prophet that Jehovah told about that great day.
That brings up another great way to find treasure. Look for Jehovah's actions, and when he took the action, Jehovah's actions reveal his character.
Oh, that's a great point.
So, Jehovah gives Joel this incredible message. But when? Look at the timing. About 820 BCE, more than 200 years before Jerusalem was destroyed. So, think about that. Jehovah warns his people of what is coming and then gives them plenty of time to repent and to respond.
Jehovah's so patient. Even with people who should know better, even with people who deliberately hurt him and hurt others. So we can say that even when provoked, Jehovah is patient.
Yes. And let's keep going with that thought. It also says something about Jehovah's sovereignty. He's all-powerful, but he doesn't force anyone to make changes, even his own people. Jehovah's not a tyrant. He appeals. He doesn't force.
And we can go further. Jehovah is impartial in exercising patience. He wanted the nation of Israel to respond to the warning, but it wasn't just the nation as a whole. Speaking of a later time, at Joel 2:32, Jehovah says, "And everyone who calls on the name of Jehovah will be saved." He's appealing to all humans to repent and trust Jehovah's forgiveness, not as a collective, but as individuals. Everyone who calls.
That is a great point. Let me make a note of that. Everyone who means individuals. What a beautiful treasure about Jehovah and his sovereignty. So now the next step, make personal application. How does this all affect us?
This makes me think, how real is Jehovah's day to me? Is it as vivid as it was to Joel? Does my share in the ministry reflect that same sense of urgency? And when I preach, am I impartial like Jehovah? Or do I perhaps avoid preaching to certain cultures or classes of people?
Yeah, at Romans 10, 13, and 14, Paul quoted Joel 2:32 and asked, How will they hear without someone to preach? We allow Jehovah to appeal to all individuals when we preach impartially.
And speaking of impartiality, what if someone in the congregation has an irritating personality trait? It may be easy to be patient with our close friends, but what about brothers and sisters who get on our last nerve?
Yeah, it's easy to be selective with our patience. But even if we're being provoked, what would it say about me if Jehovah's being patient with our brother or sister, yet I'm not?
Or what if we have oversight in the congregation? When I give direction or needed counsel, do I force or do I appeal? Jehovah isn't a tyrant. Am I imitating the way Jehovah treats people?
Wow, look at what just a few steps can lead to. Researching the historical context, looking for what actions Jehovah takes and when, and making personal application.
And there's still so much more. Like, for instance, what do the locusts in Joel's prophecy represent? Why did Jehovah want Israel to rip apart their hearts? What can we learn about humility from Joel? We haven't even scratched the surface yet.
So let's keep going. You know, something else I was thinking.
From Joel's day to ours, Jehovah comforts us through hope. But what exactly is hope? And how can strong hope bring us daily comfort? Brother Jeffrey Winder, a member of the governing body, answers these questions in the following morning worship.